You know that feeling, right? That distinctive pop, the fizz, that immediate sense of, well, celebration.
Ah, yes, champagne. It's pretty much the universal shorthand for a special moment.
Exactly. But what if we told you there's this whole other world behind those bubbles? Fascinating facts, really intricate rules, incredible dedication, like a hidden code.
That's a great way to put it. It's so much more than just a drink. There's a whole ecosystem, really, ensuring that quality and protecting the name itself. That protection is central to the code.
Absolutely. So, welcome to our deep dive into the world of champagne. Our mission today, really, is to give you a shortcut, a way to get truly well-informed about this iconic drink. We want to uncover some surprising stuff, those rigorous rules we mentioned.
Mm-hmm. And to guide us, we've pulled together quite a bit of material. We've got the official French regulations, the cahier des charges, lots of industry insights, and some really fascinating historical accounts, too.
So get ready. We're going to unpack what champagne truly means, understand why that name is so fiercely guarded, and discover the meticulous craft in every single bottle. Think of it like peeling back the layers of this code.
And this is where it starts getting really interesting.
Let's start with that first layer of the code,
Yeah.
the Appellation d'origine contrôlée, or AOC. For anyone maybe not super familiar, what exactly is an AOC? Why is it so vital here?
Okay, so at its core, an AOC is what they call a sign of quality and origin, a SES-QO. It guarantees two key things. First, that the product, like champagne, comes from a very strictly defined geographical area.
Right, based on history, geology, climate.
Precisely. And second, it guarantees that it's made using very specific production methods, all laid out in detail in the specifications.
So it's both place and process, a powerful combo. It sounds like something born out of, well, necessity, not just tradition. Did this just appear, or did it grow out of a real need?
Oh, it definitely evolved. The whole AOC concept actually grew out of a pretty fierce fight against fraud back in the 19th and early 20th centuries.
People trying to pass off lesser stuff under a famous name.
Exactly. You had producers pouring their hearts out, and then others selling maybe lower quality or even foreign wines using their region's name. They desperately needed a way to guarantee authenticity.
So it was kind of like an early form of IP protection, but tied to the land?
Precisely. And this urgency led to a key French law, August 1st, 1905, specifically designed to protect these appellations. Then, to really strengthen things, especially for wine, the Institut National des Appellations d'Origine, the INAO, was created by decree on July 30th, 1935.
Okay, INAO. Though I think they changed the name later.
They did. It's technically the Institut National de l'Origine et de la Qualité now, but everyone still pretty much says INAO.
Got it. So with this framework developing, when did champagne itself get its official AOC status? When did it get that legal armor?
The AOC champagne was officially created by decree on June 29th, 1936. And the area it covers is, well, significant. It spans 5 French départements, includes 635 communes where production is allowed.
Wow, 635.
And within those, 319 actually have the right to plant vines. That adds up to about 35,000 classified hectares. And the INAO acts as the sort of overall guardian, recognizing the appellation, setting the territory, approving the rules.
Okay, so INAO is the big guardian. But who is the day-to-day shepherd for champagne specifically? That brings us to the CIVC, right? The Comité Interprofessionnel du Vin de Champagne.
Yes, the CIVC, or Comité Champagne as it's often called, it's quite unique. It manages to coordinate the interests of both the grape growers and the big champagne houses.
A balancing act, I imagine.
Definitely. Its main job is ensuring quality through rules and checks, but maybe its most famous role is relentlessly protecting the champagne name worldwide.
And its origin is pretty dramatic, isn't it? Born out of wartime.
That's right. The CIVC actually came together in 1941, right in the middle of World War II. Champagne was occupied by the Germans. Robert Jean de Vogel from Meaux and Chandon basically rallied the producers.
To negotiate with the occupiers.
Exactly. He became the main point person to deal with a German representative, Otto Klebisch. Klebisch was informally known at the time by the rather stark nickname, the Champagne Führer, which tells you something about the situation.
Wow. High stakes indeed. Okay, so with this robust system, how does the AOC protection actually work day to day? Who ensures everyone follows the code, and what tools do they use?
Well, it basically relies on 3 key bodies and 2 essential tools. First, you still have the INAO as the overarching guardian of the whole quality system. They recognize appellations and oversee them.
Like the comp level.
Then, within each appellation, there's the Organisme de Défense et de Gestion, the ODG. For Champagne, that's the Syndicat Général des Vignerons, the SGV. Think of them as the appellation's manager.
The manager. What do they manage?
They draft the specifications, the rulebook help apply them, and actively defend the name, the product, the terroir. They're the boots on the ground, really.
Okay, so the ODG is the manager.
Yep.
And who's the controller? Who checks that the rules are followed?
That's the inspection body, the OI. In Champagne, it's the Association d'Inspection des Appellations de la Champagne, or ADAC. They create and carry out the inspection plan, doing checks on producers.
Got it. INAO, ODG, OI, those are the bodies.
Yeah.
And the two tools that define the code.
Those are the specifications and the inspection plan. The specifications are, like I said, the detailed rule book. It covers everything you can imagine.
Like what? Give us an example.
Okay. Permitted grape varieties, super specific ways vines must be pruned and trained, strict rules for harvesting, like it has to be manual, whole bunches, only even the minimum sugar level the grapes need to reach before picking.
That detailed. Wow.
Oh, yes. It ensures the raw material and every single step after meets the incredibly high standards needed for real champagne. It's not just from Champagne, it's from Champagne made exactly like this.
Incredible precision.
And then the inspection plan lays out how they check compliance with all those rules, how often, what the penalties are. It's accountability built right into the code.
It really explains why the name Champagne is so valuable. But I know the CIVC's fight goes beyond just stopping other sparkling wines from using the name, right? I've heard some pretty wild examples.
It absolutely does. The CIVC is relentless. They work to protect the name from any product or service trying to piggyback on or damage the AOC's reputation.
Like the Room of Horror.
Ah, yes, the infamous Room of Horror. It's basically a collection the CIVC has of things that improperly use the name. You find some truly bizarre stuff in there, like champagne scent diapers.
Diapers. Seriously, that's absurd. But it really shows how far they have to go.
It really does. It highlights the scale of the issue. They take any misuse seriously. And this fight has a long history. Producers first banded together to sue over misuse way back in 1843.
Wow, 1843.
Then a big step was in 1984 when the CIVC successfully lobbied to extend protection to any product trading off the name's reputation. That got written into French law.
And that led to that famous perfume case, didn't it?
It did. A 1990 law paved the way for a major victory against Yves Saint Laurent's champagne perfume. A court ruling in 93 confirmed the name was exclusively for the wines from the region, produced according to the rules. It really solidified things.
So this isn't just a French concern, it's a global effort.
Absolutely. By 2019, the name was protected in over 121 countries, places like Singapore, Canada, Vietnam, through international agreements and constant vigilance.
And it's ongoing.
Constantly. Just recently, June 25, 2025, the EU General Court upheld the protection against a trademark application for Nero Champagne. The fight never really stops.
Fascinating. So much legal effort just to protect those bubbles. Okay, we've explored the legal code. But the real heart of Champagne, another layer of this code, is the land itself, the terroir. What makes it so special?
You're right. The terroir is absolutely fundamental. It's irreplaceable. It has characteristics you just can't replicate anywhere else. Nature's part of the code, you could say.
So what defines it geographically?
Well, the region's in northeast France. It's known for its coteaux vineyards, vines planted on hillsides, which sit on these big geological ridges called cuestas.
And within that, there are distinct areas.
Yes, 4 major regions really stand out, each with its own personality and dominant grapes. You've got the Montagne de Reims, the Marne Valley, the Côte de Blanc, and then the Côte des Bar and Montgou down south. Each adds its own voice to the final blend.
And the soil, that famous chalky soil. What's the magic there? Why is it so important?
Ah, the chalk. That's really the secret weapon. It's incredibly porous, formed from ancient marine sediments. So it gives fantastic drainage, which is vital.
Prevents the vines getting waterlogged.
Exactly. But it also holds on to heat, crucial in a cooler climate. And critically, it retains water deep down, releasing it slowly to the vines during dry spells through capillary action. It's like a natural regulator.
Leading to?
Leading to grapes with this beautiful, vibrant acidity. And that acidity is absolutely key for making top-quality sparkling wines.
A perfect natural setup. And the climate. It's quite northern for wine, isn't it?
It is. Champagne has what they call a septentrional climate. It gets a double whammy, really. An oceanic influence brings regular rain and moderate temperatures.
Okay, that sounds good.
But it also gets a continental influence, which means potentially damaging frosts, but also, crucially, good sunshine in the summer. It's actually in the EU's wine-growing zone B, one of the cooler zones.
And that coolness is actually a benefit.
Yes, it's key to the character. It helps achieve that ideal natural acidity in the grape juice, the must. That crispness is what makes champagne so refreshing and age-worthy.
That perfect acidity. It makes sense. Which leads us right to the grapes. We hear about the classic trio all the time. Tell us about them.
Right, the Champenoise Trilogy. 3 main grapes dominate. First, Chardonnay, the white grape. It brings elegance, freshness, those lovely citrus notes, lemon, green apple, and white flowers. It really shines in the Côte de Blanc.
And the black grapes. They add the power.
Pretty much. You have Pinot Noir. It adds structure, body, and aromas of red fruits like cherry and raspberry, maybe some spice. It's dominant in the Montagne de Reims and the Côte de Bar.
And the third.
Pinot Meunier. Also a black grape, but known more for its fruitiness, its roundness, softness. Think red fruits again, maybe apple. It's the star of the Vallée de la Marne.
So the blending is where the art comes in.
Absolutely. Skillfully blending these 3, sometimes just 2, or even using just 1, is like an artist choosing colors. It creates the huge diversity of styles you find in Champagne.
But things are changing. Climate change is real. I heard Champagne isn't just sticking to tradition, they're looking at new grapes.
That's a really important point, and yes, it shows how the Champagne Code isn't static. The CIVC made a pretty historic decision recently to approve 7 new grape varieties for testing over 10 years.
Wow, 7 new ones. Why?
It's a direct response to climate change. They need grapes that are more resilient, that fit with sustainable viticulture, while still producing high-quality wine suitable for Champagne.
Can you give examples? What are these adapting varieties?
Sure. One is Voltis. It's a hybrid, chosen because it's resistant to diseases like mildew and rot, meaning fewer treatments needed. It also ripens well in cooler conditions and gives good acidity, citrus notes.
Interesting. What else?
They're also looking at reviving some ancient varieties. Arbane, for instance. It's a white grape with high acidity, complex aromas like green apple and pear, good structure. Then there's Petit Meslier, another old white variety. It offers floral notes, minerality, delicacy, good acidity, and lower alcohol potentially.
So this is really about future-proofing Champagne, evolving the code for the next generation.
Exactly. The goal is less chemical use, more biodiversity, and ensuring quality production continues even as the climate shifts. It's about balancing that deep heritage with necessary innovation.
Okay, we've got the land, the grapes, the rules. Now the process itself, the Méthode Champenoise. This isn't just making wine. It feels like a carefully choreographed dance, doesn't it?
It really is. A symphony of craft, as you said earlier. It starts with incredibly careful manual harvesting. Only perfect bunches make the cut.
No machines shaking the vines here.
No. Then the pressing is crucial, gentle, and precise to get the juice, the must, without extracting bitterness from the skins. The presses themselves are regulated capacity, how they're loaded, and this key step called fractionation.
Fractionation, what's that?
It's where they separate the different qualities of juice extracted during pressing. The first, gentlest press gives the cuvée the best quality. Later presses give the tail. This allows for precise blending later.
So even the juice extraction is controlled. Then comes the first fermentation.
Right. That happens usually in stainless steel tanks, sometimes oak, turning the grape juice into a still-based wine. But the real defining moment, the miracle of the bubbles, is the second fermentation.
The one that happens in the bottle. How does that work?
They add something called the liqueur de tirage to the base wine before bottling it. It's a mix of wine, sugar, and specific yeasts. Once it's bottled and sealed, those yeasts get to work, consuming the sugar. They produce more alcohol and, crucially, carbon dioxide gas.
Which gets trapped.
Exactly. Trapped in the bottle, it dissolves into the wine, creating that sparkle, the effervescence.
And this stage is where those amazing complex flavors start developing too, isn't it? The brioche, the toast. That seems like the soul of Champagne.
You've hit on a key process, autolysis. After the yeast finishes converting sugar, the cells die and form sediment, the lees. The wine then ages on these lees.
For how long?
It can be years, especially for vintage Champagne. This extended contact is vital. The decomposing yeast cells release compounds, amino acids, polysaccharides that give Champagne its unique aromas, toasted bread, brioche, nuts, dried fruit, and also its creamy texture, its time acting as an ingredient.
Aging on flavor. But eventually you need to get rid of those lees, right, for a clear wine. That's remuage and dégorgement.
Correct. Remuage, or riddling, is the process of gradually turning and tilting the bottles. Historically, this was done by hand in pupatures, those A-frame racks.
I've seen pictures. Looks painstaking.
It is. Now, it's often automated using large rotating cages called gyropalettes. The goal is to get all the sediment collected neatly in the neck of the bottle.
Okay, sediment collected. Then
Dégorgement, or disgorging. They freeze just the neck of the bottle, creating an ice plug that traps the sediment, then they pop the cap off.
and the pressure shoots the ice plug out.
Exactly. Shoots it out, taking the sediment with it, leaving behind clear champagne.
Clever. And then the final touch, the dosage.
Yes, the dosage.
Wow.
After disgorgement, they top up the bottle with the liqueur d'expédition, usually a mixture of wine and sugar. The amount of sugar in this determines the final sweetness level of the champagne.
From very dry to sweet.
Right. And don't forget the aging rules, part of the code. Minimum 15 months aging from tirage for non-vintage. Minimum 36 months for vintage. That time is essential for complexity.
So much patience, so much craft. Knowing all that really enhances the experience. So how can we best experience champagne? Let's talk styles, tasting, pairing.
Definitely. Champagne isn't just one thing. Based on grapes, you have key styles. Blanc de Blanc means white from whites. It's 100% Chardonnay. Think elegance, freshness, citrus, white flowers, brilliant with oysters, fresh seafood.
Okay, so white from whites. What about white from blacks?
That's Blanc de Noir, made only from the black grapes, Pinot Noir and/or Pinot Meunier. These tend to have more body, structure, red fruit notes, spice, sometimes toastiness. Great with richer foods, maybe grilled meats, aged cheeses.
And the pink one? Rosé?
Rosé champagne, usually made by adding a little still red Pinot Noir wine to the blend before the second fermentation, or sometimes by letting the black grape skins macerate briefly with the juice. They look beautiful, offer fresh red fruit notes, and are super versatile with food salmon, even some desserts.
And sweetness levels. Brut is common, but there's a range.
Yes, the dosage dictates it. It goes from brut nature, or zero dosage, driest 0.3 gram sugar per liter, through extra brut, then brut, the most popular 0.12 guilloune, then extra dry, sec, demi-sec, and finally doux, sweetest, over 50 guillauns.
Lots of options there. And vintage champagne. What's the deal with those?
Vintage, or millésime, means all the grapes came from a single exceptional harvest year, which is printed on the label. They're only made in the best years.
So they capture a specific moment in time.
Exactly. They're often more complex, powerful, designed for aging. They need that minimum 36 months aging we mentioned, but often get much more. They really develop those deep notes of dried fruit, honey, toast over time.
Okay, so when we have a glass, how do we properly taste it? Beyond just drinking it.
There's definitely an art. Start visually. Look at the color, pale straw to deeper gold. Notice the clarity and the bubbles, the effervescence. Are they fine, persistent? Do they form a nice stream, a cordon?
Fine bubbles are a good sign.
Generally, yes. Often indicates quality and good integration.
Yeah.
Then the nose, the olfactory part. Give it an initial sniff. What do you get? Citrus, flowers. Then give it a gentle swirl. That releases more complex aromas.
Like the brioche and nutty notes from aging.
Exactly. Brioche, toast, nuts, dried fruit, maybe minerals. Those deeper notes tell you about its age and that autolysis process. Finally, the palate, taste.
What should we look for there?
Notice the attack, the first impression. Is it sharp, soft? Then the balance, how do the acidity, sweetness, if any, and alcohol feel together? Think about the flavors, how they evolve. And the texture, is it creamy, crisp, rich? And importantly, the finish. Does it linger pleasantly?
Lots to pay attention to. And serving. Temperature, glassware,
Yeah.
any common mistakes.
Temperature is key. Serve it chilled between 6-10 degrees C. Maybe a bit cooler for young, fresh styles, slightly warmer for older, complex ones. Definitely avoid the freezer, it can kill the aromas.
No ice buckets full of salty ice either.
Well, an ice bucket with water and some ice is perfect for chilling it down gently. Just don't freeze the bottle itself. As for glasses, flutes are traditional, good for preserving bubbles and directing aromas. Tulip-shaped glasses are also excellent, maybe even better for appreciating the complex nose.
What about those wide coupe glasses? They look glamorous.
They do, but they're actually terrible for champagne. The wide surface area lets the bubbles dissipate way too fast and the aromas get lost. Avoid the coupe.
Good tip. And food pairings. Beyond oysters and caviar. You mentioned versatility.
Oh, hugely versatile. Yes, oysters, caviar, light seafood are classics. But think outside the box. The acidity cuts through fatty fish like salmon or even fried chicken.
Fried chicken in champagne. I like it.
Why not? Sushi works brilliantly. A rosé can handle spicier dishes, like some curries. A Blanc de Noir can even stand up to a burger. And don't knock it till you try it popcorn, especially with a slightly richer, toastier champagne. Or dark chocolate truffles with a vintage amazing.
Okay, my mind is expanded. Now let's talk about the people making it. We know the rules, the process, but who are the artisans, the producers? Are there different types?
Absolutely. You can broadly categorize them into three main groups: the Grand Maison, the Vignerons Indépendants, and the cooperatives.
Let's start with the Grand Maisons, the big famous names.
Exactly. These are often historic houses, institutions, really. They have globally recognized brands, often large vineyard holdings, and buy grapes, too. Think Moet and Chandon the biggest, known for consistency, like their Imperial Brut, blending maybe over 100 different crusts. They pioneered rosé back in 1801.
And Veuve Clicquot.
It was
So the yellow label.
Veuve Clicquot, yes. Famous for the story of the widow Clicquot, Bar Nicole Ponsardin, a real pioneer. Their yellow label is iconic, known for elegance, fruitiness. They also have incredible historic cellars, crayères, and then there's Dom Perignon.
The super prestigious one.
Right. It's actually a prestige cuvée from Moet and Chandon, but marketed separately. Always vintage, only made in top years. Named after a legendary monk, aiming for the best wine in the world. Known for complexity, elegance, serious aging potential. These maisons ensure consistency, invest in research, and really drive the global image of Champagne.
Okay, they're the guardians of consistency and global reach. What about the other end of the spectrum? The smaller, maybe more individual producers.
That brings us to the Vignerons Indépendants, the independent growers, often called récoltants manipulants or RMs on the label. Their philosophy is usually about expressing their own specific vineyards, their unique terroir.
So, more focused on individuality.
Yes, it's often a much more artisanal approach. They grow their own grapes and make their own wine, often on a smaller scale. Many focus on sustainable, organic, or even biodynamic farming.
Can you give us examples, names we might look for?
Sure, there are many fantastic ones. Think of Jacques Solas. He's iconic for minimal intervention, really intense, complex, often oak-influenced champagnes. Aigli Ourier is another top name, especially known for powerful Pinot Noir-based wines, often with long aging. Or Larmandier Bernier pioneers in biodynamics, making incredibly pure, mineral-driven champagnes, mostly from Chardonnay. These really taste of the place they come from.
Fascinating contrast. And the third group, the cooperatives. How do they fit in?
Cooperatives play a huge role in Champagne. They bring together many smaller growers, sometimes hundreds, who pool their grapes. The cooperative then has the resources, equipment, and winemaking expertise to produce champagne under one or more brands.
So collaboration is key.
Exactly. They allow growers who might not have the means to make and market their own champagne to still participate fully. They often offer great quality and value, making champagne more accessible while supporting the local economy.
Are there some well-known cooperative brands?
Oh, yes. The biggest is Nicolas Feuillat. You see it everywhere, offering a wide range from everyday bubbles to prestige cuvées. Palmer & Co. is another highly regarded cooperative, known for elegance and long cellar aging, often Chardonnay-focused. And Champagne Drapier, while family-run, operates somewhat like a cooperative in its structure and is known for sustainable practices and often Pinot Noir-dominant wines.
Well, what a journey. We've gone from the strict AOC laws and the work of the CIVC through the unique chalky terroir, the meticulous Méthode Champenoise, the different styles, and now the producers themselves, maisons, vignerons, co-ops. We've really dug into that champagne code.
We have, and it makes it so clear, doesn't it? Champagne is so much more than just fizz in a bottle. It's this incredible blend of nature, deep tradition, human skill, all rigorously protected, yet still evolving. It's a whole story.
And speaking of evolving,
Yeah.
we touched on those new grape varieties being tested, like Voltis and Arbane, to tackle climate change. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? As these new grapes perhaps become part of the blend over the coming decades, how do you think their unique profiles might subtly reshape the classic taste of champagne? How will they balance centuries of tradition with the need to adapt?